afternoon, everybody. My name is Mike Casper. I'm the lawyer for the Electoral Board. Sorry to have a little bit of a delayed start here. We're waiting for a couple of folks to show up. We have an agenda that's been posted that has 10 cases on it, I believe 10. And we're going to take them a little bit out of order right now just because we have different members serving on different boards. So the first case that we are going to call is case number 2024EB002, Vega versus Benvenides. On behalf of the objector Vega, on behalf of the candidate, and the members of the board for this meeting are President Dominic, and the board members are Member Wrights and Chris Cohen, who is a public member who's been appointed by the Circuit Court of Cook County to sit on this board. So the first item for consideration here is to take attendance. Roll call.
President Dominic? Here. Community Member Cohen? Fran Reed's here. Counselor Michael Casper?
Yeah, I don't count.
You don't count? So
No, I don't count. Story of my life. All right, for the objectors, you want to give us a snapshot of the objection?
Yes, thank you very much. The objectors basically are pleading that the petitions themselves do not comply with the system of elections here in the town of Cicero. In about 2005, the town of Cicero adopted a new system of elections and went away from the normal partisan and went to a nonpartisan system of elections, very much similar to the city of Chicago's system of elections. And basically our argument in that is that the petitions themselves are a bit confusing because they state that there is definitely going to be a general and maybe a primary, whereas in Cicero, the actual way that the elections work is that there's always a primary and sometimes a general. So it basically deals with the form of the petition and the confusion that that form of the petition has caused.
Thank you. For the candidates,
Ed Mullen on behalf of
do
the candidate.
you anticipate any preliminary motions?
We anticipate filing a motion to strike.
Sorry, thank you. All right, we have had an opportunity to have a conference prior to commencing the hearing, and we've agreed upon a briefing schedule as you agree?
Yes, there is one fact issue, and that's whether the issue has caused confusion. We do have an affidavit and are seeking more affidavits related to the alleged confusion. So if the motion is denied, we may have to have a very short evidentiary hearing.
Okay, fine. Well, we'll deal with that if and when it comes. Okay? All right, well, thank you all. We'll see you on December the 2nd at 12 p.m. next item is number 7, 2024 EB07, for the case for the objector, SOVA, S-O-V-A.
Good afternoon, Sean McGrath for the objector.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McGrath. And for the candidate, Benvenides, B-E-N-A-V-I-D-E-S.
Edmond.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McGrath, would you give us a snapshot of the objection?
Yes, briefly, these are petition signature objections and notary and circulator objections. They are factual-based issues that we believe violate the election code, including signatures not registered at the listed address, as well as the signer resides outside of the district, as well as other various signers sign more than one line in sheet indicated or signer's address specifically, as well as a few other allegations regarding both signatures and notary.
All right, Thank you, Mr. McGrath. Mr. Mullen, you agreed?
Yes.
Okay. I believe that the first item of business would be to refer this to the office of the Cook County Clerk for a records examination to test the validity of the signatures. And depending on the outcome of that, then we will determine whether or not we need to proceed to an evidentiary hearing on the non-signature issues, notaries, stuff like that. Okay,
Yes.
agreed?
That's correct.
All right, so then what I would propose is that we return also on December the 2nd at 12 p.m. for a status on the records examination. And then we'll figure out where we go from there. Keep in mind that under the proposed rules, there are deadlines following a records examination, Rule 6 and Rule 8, so please be cognizant of those. And if they're completed, please comply with those rules and we'll be prepared to go. I think that if we go to an evidentiary hearing on the signatures as a result of the records examination, we'll set that rather than have that hearing on December the 2nd. Okay, give us some time to prepare. Okay, all right. Any questions from the board members? Okay, all right, thank you all both, and we'll see you back here on December the 2nd. All right, now we are waiting for Mr. Baruso, who is a board member on the remaining cases. No, because they're on the consolidation. So everyone will stand in recess until we're prepared to proceed. We'll let everybody.
He had a little family emergency on his way. He had a little family emergency.
Welcome, yeah, well, you seem like a welcoming guy. Benedict, sorry. Yeah, I don't get to speak skills, you know, all the only words I know come back, right? But, no problem, sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
We did, no bagging it, the old days. I did. Okay, everyone, we're ready to proceed. The next case is case number 2024EB001, where the objector is Vega and the candidate is Singh. For purposes of this hearing, the board members are Chair President Dominic and Board Member Reeds. Please take attendance, call the roll.
President Dominic? Reed's here.
Okay, and Mr. Varuso is not here, he is the third board member. This case is substantially similar to case number 002, Vega v. Benavides. And is that correct,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mullen?
Yes.
So, is there a motion to consolidate those cases for purposes of briefing?
Yes.
So moved.
All right, so we will do that, we'll adopt the same schedule for this case, and as we did in case number 002, the candidate's motion to dismiss by November 21st, the response by November the 25th, the reply by November the 27th, hearing on the motion December the 2nd at 12 p.m. back here. Anything further from the objector?
Nothing.
Mr. Mullen? No. Okay, thank you. So for that, we will stand in recess on this case. The next case is case number 003, where the objector is Vega and the candidate is Garcia. For purposes of this hearing, the board members are President Dominic and public member Christopher Cohen. Could you call the roll?
Christopher Cohen? Here. President Dominic here.
Ms. Jaworski, this case is substantially similar to the other two?
Yes, sir.
Agreed. Mr. Mullen, you would agree?
Yes.
So we'll adopt the same, we'll consolidate this case into cases 1 and 2 for purposes of briefing and adopt the same schedule.
Yes, please.
Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next case is case number 004, where the objector is Vega and the candidate is Rodriguez for the objector.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Tiffany Nelson Jaworski, handing up the objector.
And for the candidate,
Ed Mullen.
okay, for purposes of this matter, the board members are Board Member Reeds and Mr. Cohen. Would you please call the roll?
Reed's here. Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Okay, this case, I believe, is also substantially similar to cases 1, 2, and 3, and we will adopt the same briefing and hearing schedule. Agreed, Mr. Jaworski?
Yes, please.
Mr. Mullen?
Yes.
All right, so we will recess this case as well to December 2nd at 12 p.m. The next case is case number 005, where the objector is Vega, Mr. Jaworski, on behalf of the objector, and the candidate as well as Mr. Mullen on behalf of the candidate. This case is substantially similar and subject to the consolidation motion as well, Mr. Jaworski?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Mr. Mullen?
Yes.
Agreed. Okay, so then we will adopt the same schedule for briefing as we did in the previous cases, and we will recess until December 2nd at 12 p.m. for purposes of hearing on the motion. The next case is case number 006, where the objector is Sova, S-O-V-A, and the candidate is Singh. For purposes of this hearing, the board members are President Dominic and Board Member Reeds. Could we call the roll?
President Dominic?
Here.
Reed's here.
Okay, Mr. McGrath, as I understand it, this case is substantially similar with different factual allegations to case number 007. So I would propose that we refer this matter to the Cook County Clerk's Office for purposes of a records examination. Agreed?
That's correct.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay, Mr. Mullen?
Yes.
Okay, so we will refer this to the Cook County Clerk's Office to conduct a records examination on the allegations in the objector's petition, and we will recess for status until 12 p.m. on December the 2nd. The next case is case number 008. For purposes of this hearing, the board members are President Dominic and Mr. Cohen. Could we call the roll?
Mr. Cohen? Here. President Dominic here.
All right, Mr. McGrath, I believe that this case is substantially similar to cases 006 and 007, and would propose that we refer this matter to the Cook County Clerk's Office to conduct a records examination on the factual allegations of this complaint. Agreed?
Agreed.
Mr. Mullen?
Yes.
Okay, so then we will likewise recess this matter until December the 2nd at 12 p.m. The next case is case number 009, Sova v. Rodriguez. Mr. McGrath, on behalf of the objector, Mr. Mullen, on behalf of the candidate, this case is also subject to factual allegations similar to cases 06, 07, and 08, and will be referred to the county clerk's office to conduct a records examination, and we will recess until December 2nd at 12 p.m. Agreed?
Agreed.
Mr. Mullen?
Yes.
Okay. And then finally, the last case is case number 010. Mr. McGrath, on behalf of the objector, Mr. Mullen, on behalf of the candidate. This case, the board members for this case are President Dominic and Board Member Reitz. Could we take the roll?
President Dominic,
Here.
Reed's here.
All right, this case, similar to the previous four, involves challenges to the individual signatures, and we will refer this matter to the office of the Cook County Clerk to conduct a records examination, and we will reconvene on December the 2nd at 12 p.m. for a status on the results of that records examination. Agreed?
Yes.
Just to add, as well, we may need to ask for leave to issue subpoenas. There is a residency issue alleged in this case as well.
Okay, that's fine. That's provided for in the rules. Just submit the requests pursuant to the rules.
When would the board like that?
It's in the rules.
This is the rules, okay. Very good.
And there's a time period to respond in the rules as well, if you have any objections to those. Okay?
Very good.
All right, great. And then we will take those up. We'll take those up on the 2nd when we return, if there are any, or if there are any issues that require that to remain an active objection. And if necessary, we'll set a hearing date on a residency. Okay?
Very good.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 12:47.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, everyone. Wait, does anybody have any public comment? We open up for public comment. Seeing no public comment, then we will stand adjourned. Thank you all.